This is part 2 of the introduction to Regression Plus for real estate professionals. And where we were getting ready to enter the subject information. Now, I went ahead and entered that while I was in between the recording of this. The property age is 12 that we want to use, 1,500 for the gross living area. The main 1462, 2 bedrooms. We're in the west area, and the day sale is 0. Now, you can set the rounding, like this is how it would display right now. You can just set it to different levels of rounding. You can also set it to be just decimals for capitalization rates and anything that's just decimals, and you can turn off then the currency format so that the decimals will look right. The also you could do of course for example, rent per square foot will work in this. Now you can add factors. I added one up here, remodeled, and I've added 10,000. I know it's really 12 years old, so there's probably really no remodeling, but we'll put that in because this will add this into the end. Sometimes there's something about your subject that that the model does not really influence. So now we set up our subject information. Now let's go ahead and let's look at what we're looking at for the regression analysis. First, we're looking at our chart, and our chart it is plotted the error between the sales price and the predicted model's price. And for example, the model was 23.5% off for this one, but the ones that are right on this line, the model predicted exactly for them. So this kind of shows you your disbursement. Then we have the number of observations for us. We have the R squared and the adjusted R squared, and we have the MMP rating, which is the market model predictability rating, and that is very similar to the coefficient of disbursement, the COD, but this is a little more conservative. That's because residential appraisers typically have from 30 to 50 sales, unlike some other fields of work where you might typically have hundreds of records. Of course, here's the value it predicts. Then it gives you a screen showing all of your independent variables, and it shows your there's your variables there. This is the ones that we're going to use or not use. If you don't want to use it, it's very easy just to turn it off, and our analysis runs without considering property age. So this allows you to be able to run the various types of step wise, or what some people call reverse step wise, where you can turn everything off except the gross living area, and then start adding back, however you want to do it. So we'll just leave it like this for now. Now the value, of course, is what the model's returning for each of these, the output for each of the variables. The weight is, this shows the weight that the particular variable, like property age, 27% of the subject's value was determined by property age, which that's probably a little bit high. The subject deviation is that shows how the subject data for each individual characteristic relates to the data sample. For example, it would be best if the subject was the average of the property ages and the average of the gross living areas, but that seldom happens. So red means that the subject value is actually outside of the range of value. Yellow means it's not near the average, but it's not outside. Green means it's pretty good. It's in the ballpark in the average area. The P factors, it's color coded as well with the thresholds programmed in. Green means good. You could have yellow here, which means acceptable, and red means be careful. So this is what we're looking at on the screen. And then these completely, like I say, you can just turn one off or turn it on. Then you can also order these in different orders by which one you put to get a feel of what you're looking at. So let's stop now, again for the sake of file size on this, let's stop now with part 2, and we're going to be ready to come back and kind of run a regression. Okay, so we will stop right now on this, and then you can watch the third and last part.